Welcome back to the Quick Business English podcast, the show for busy professionals who want to lead more effectively in English. I'm your host, Andrea, and in today's episode, we'll talk about two topics. A common issue when you say the right words in English, but something still sounds off, and our second topic will be giving feedback that lands. So let's dive into our first topic. Let's explore what happens when you say the right words in English, but something still sounds not okay. Many leaders I work with feel that their English is technically correct but not quite natural. One common reason? Too literal translation from the mother tongue or overusing textbook-style expressions. Here is an example. I give orders to my team. It sounds a bit military, right? Let's hear a better version. I coordinate and support my team. Another example. Instead of, they must do what I say, try this. I set expectations and make sure the team stays on track. These small shifts reflect not just better English, but a more modern leadership mindset. The language you use shapes how people see you, and sounding natural in English means aligning with international leadership culture. So next time you are introducing your role or describing what you do as a leader, think about how you frame it in English. And remember, leadership isn't just about fluency, it's also about credibility and tone. Now, it's time for our second topic, giving feedback that lands. Let's be real, giving feedback is hard. Now, do it in English? It's a whole new level. Most leaders ask themselves, am I being too direct? Will they misunderstand me? Or am I damaging the relationship? Well, here is the truth. How you give feedback impacts your credibility, your team's performance, and their trust in you. So let's keep it simple and smart. You should try the observation and impact model. It's clear, professional, and it opens the door for conversation. Let me show you how to do it. I noticed you were late with the report and it delayed the client's presentation. What happened? Let's break that down. First, you state the facts. I noticed you were late with the report. Then you explain the business impact. It delayed the client presentation. And finally, you invite a response. What happened? No blame, no sugarcoating, just clarity and curiosity. Now, compare that to something vague like, you need to improve your performance. Well, it's too general. No one knows what to do with this statement. Here is a better version. I'd like to see you plan ahead more so we avoid last-minute issues. You see the difference? You are still being honest, but you are giving them a path forward. Leadership feedback in English isn't about being perfect. It's about being clear, respectful, and actionable. So why don't you try the observation and impact model this week? One sentence at a time, and you will see the difference. If all this is resonating with you, and if you are thinking, oh yeah, I want to sound like a leader in English, not just survive presentations, then let me invite you to explore my Leadership English programs. I offer 2 levels, based on where you are now in your leadership journey. Lead in English is a 3-month mentoring program for team leaders and emerging managers. It helps you build fluency for meetings, updates, and internal communication. Confident Leader is a 6-month deep dive for middle managers, focusing on presentations, negotiations, conflict communication, and building executive presence in English. Both programs are one-on-one, highly practical, and tailored to your exact leadership context. Well, thanks for tuning in today's episode of the Quick Business English podcast. In the next episode, we'll talk about how to give praise that actually sticks. If you found today's episode useful, follow the podcast and feel free to check out the mentoring program links in the show notes. Make sure to subscribe and feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or check out the program details via the links. Until next time, lead the meeting and own the message.